Hey, Handsomes, we have a huge holiday treat to tell you about. On Saturday, December 21st, Handsome is putting on a holi-bobs live streaming extravaganza, and you can watch live from anywhere in the world.
So get your tickets at our social media page or at dynastytypewriter.com.
Again, the show is Saturday, December 21st, and your ticket includes a replay you can watch for an entire week. So what are you waiting for? Go get your ticket.
This is a headgum
video.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Pretty little episode. Welcome to the Handsome Pod. This is a pretty little episode where we're going to answer your questions. I'm one of your handsome hosts, May Martin. I'm joined by the handsomest
Fortune Feimster.
And of course,
May was
Thomas.
rocking a sleep mask.
I thought that was a fun little gag. I put on a sleep mask.
Do you sleep with a sleep mask on?
Got to. But at the moment, the Airbnb I'm in has no curtains. So that's partly why. But yeah, in general.
I hate that.
Oh, I know.
Why does anyone have a room with no curtains?
Get me some blackout curtains and let me be in the dark.
I just stayed in a place where the entire house had no curtains.
Wild.
And the house is and it's on purpose. It's meant to wake up with the sun.
Oh,
which in theory, great.
Yeah.
Let's wake up with the sun, start our days, sure. But when it's not handy is when you're like changing.
Yeah,
you know
people
what I mean?
are walking by. Also, like, waking up with the sun doesn't take into account that we have phones. So if you think I'm not lying in bed for hours on my phone, eating Doritos, feeling emotions,
you're wrong.
I'm going to bed late. Like, it's really hard to go to bed when the sun goes down.
Yeah, waking up with the sun means you're going to sleep a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I am not an early sleep to bed gal, and I definitely don't want to wake up with the sun.
No thanks.
But I also don't want to show my tiggle bitties.
Show you. Oh, right. Yeah. No, you need some curtains.
Yeah, nobody needs to be seeing this in like you're walking by drinking your coffee. You're like, whoa. I don't want to do that to anybody else.
No, listen. This is about your comfort.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone would be blessed to see that vision.
And this place was like kind of more remote, but when there are other people staying in the house,
Yeah. Whenever I see those like on Instagram, like architectural homes that are, I'm like, I don't think I would. They're beautiful, but I don't know.
You know what else?
What?
Skylights in a bedroom? No.
Excuse me. What am I looking at right now?
No.
Skylights in this Airbnb?
No.
With no. And also, as a murderer will come and watch me and then fall through.
My God, why do people put skylights in the bedroom?
I know, and I heard scrabbling last night, and I think it was a raccoon up there. And I'm like,
nobody wants that.
No.
I don't. Put a skylight in your bathroom. Sure. Let's have a little extra sun on your bits when you're showering.
Sure.
But now you don't want to wake up. Anyway.
You know that show that everyone's talking about, that show, Nobody Wants This?
Yes.
They should make it about skylights in bedrooms.
That's right. A whole series about people planning the layout of their homes. They say, you know what I'd like? A skylight. And then the architect says, nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this.
So I'm going to tell you as your architect, let's not do that. You're going to regret it. And they're like, God, thank you.
Have you been watching that show?
I have. I'm not finished with it yet because it's hard to finish a series with Jax because she falls asleep 10 minutes in. And then it's like, did you finish that without me? I go, yes, biatch. I say that with love. I kept watching it because we said we were going to watch it. It's cute. It's got like a bazillion downloads. People are obsessed.
I know. And I was like, oh, this isn't really my genre. And I started watching. I was like, eh. And then by the end of the first episode, I was like, I'm in.
You're hooked.
I need them to work out.
Because guess what people want, May?
What?
They want rom-coms. They're back.
They do.
Or at least they're coming back. I've been saying it for years. Love rom-coms. Want them back. Sometimes we call them rom-toms.
Rom-toms. Yeah.
I think it's a great genre that was huge in my childhood. Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks,
Drew Barrymore.
rom-toms.
Yeah. I want to write one. Should we write one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. about
Yeah,
us?
but you should star in it.
I'd love to.
I'll be the friend like Rosie O'Donnell in Sleepless in Seattle.
No, you got
You're
main
doing
character
what?
energy.
You're meeting who?
It starts with I'm a gardener boy, and I'm gardening, and then you're in the house with no curtains, showering,
Yeah.
and I'm like hubba hubba.
Did you like the dialogue I wrote? You're
Oh,
going
I didn't
where?
hear it. Sorry, what was it?
You're going where? You're meeting who? Do you know anything
Yeah,
about
I
him?
like that a lot.
Him, her, whoever it is.
I like that a lot.
I'm there to help the plot. You know.
Yeah. I remember if it's her sister or her friend, but in Jerry Maguire, Renee
Mhm.
Zellweger's either sister or friend is so good in that movie.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
don't remember. I gotta
'cause
watch
she's-
it again.
She sees that Renee is like falling hard for Tom,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Oh Lord, help me."
Yeah, it's always the friend or the
Something like that.
sister
It's
who's
better
like
than that.
cleaning the kitchen
Yeah,
and like gets their cup of coffee like this.
yeah,
And they're like, "Oh no!" And they're the ingenue's like, "What?
mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
what? Somebody's fallen pretty hard.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
No, I'm not. All I'm saying is that I'm gonna go see him tonight. I'm gonna see his band play.
I've known you my whole life. I
You-
know, and you've fallen pretty hard.
I've known you my whole life, and you've never seen a band before in your life.
Yeah, and they're like, I guess you're right.
Yeah, and usually the friend has is in a happy relationship, but that's kind of lost its spark. Like she's got some doofus husband, a couple
Yep.
of kids, and at
Mhm.
first you're like, oh, these guys, but then by the end you're like, oh, they
You
really
like, love them as a
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
She's like, God, I would pay anything to have Jim look at me like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, babe.
And then at the end, Jim's like, babe, I really love you.
Oh, do you know what he just did for me? He took my car in because it needed the oil change. I hate him, but I love him. And then everyone's like, God, we love Jim.
We love Jim. And Renee deserves that kind of security and
Mhm.
consistency.
And then there's a song that plays underneath.
Yeah. She looks you in her eyes.
Mhm.
A secret garden she writes.
We're already halfway done. This rom-com has to come to life.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear our first question.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Before we write this whole movie. We don't want to
Exactly.
give it away for free.
I know.
Hi, handsome. This is Jordan from Toronto. And my question
Oh.
for you is, what is one silly little thing that's happened in your life that you still find yourself thinking about often? For whatever reason, something that made an impression on you and takes up space in your brain.
I know mine right away.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Just for the record, we don't hear these questions in advance, so we truly are racking our brains to think.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
I hope I can do it justice. This is the thing that I laugh about like years after the fact. And it
Yeah.
is when she said silly, I was like, okay. So I was dating a wonderful person. We just started dating and it was still kind of early days. And we went out for brunch. I'd like spent the night there and we went out for brunch and then we went just like window shopping. We're in this like we go down the stairs into this like clothing store. And she said something like she comes over, she's drinking a coffee and it was just us in the store and it was silent,
Mhm.
no music playing, and just the guy behind the counter probably being like, are they gonna buy anything? And she said something to me like, oh God, I don't feel like, she goes, you remember that scene in Bridesmaids? And I'm like, what, were they all shitting? She's like, yeah. And then I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden she comes up to me and goes, I gotta go. And then as she starts walking up the stairs, the fart that came out of her body, it's like hard to even describe because you weren't there. You're like, oh, a fart story. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it now because every step she took, it came out more.
Oh,
and
no.
and as she's walking, I'm crying, laughing, and she collapses on the stairs and she just can't move anymore up the stairs because she's laughing so hard and trying not to shit herself.
Yeah.
And this is the length of the fart. And I swear on my grandmother's spirit that this is the true length of the fart.
Oh, wow.
It was like this.
What? In public?
Yes. And the
That's
look of shock
insane.
on the guy that worked there, the look on his face. And me and her having eye contact while the fart is still coming, and the look on my face of like, what is happening? And I couldn't speak, and I kept saying, did you shit yourself? Did you shit yourself? And she was just crying, laughing. So then she runs out. I apologize to the guy. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was that long or longer. Then I go outside. I can't find her. And then I go around the corner and she's there and she's on the phone to her mom. She's called her mom. It was so,
because she's like mortified.
It was so insane that she's like, I gotta call my mom.
Oh my God.
She's like, Mom, I farted.
How much longer were y'all together?
A long time.
Oh,
if anything, that
so
brought
it wasn't a straw that broke the camel's back.
That it honestly was the spark that ignited a real love.
The fart that ignited.
Oh my God, I remember getting a massage about a week later, and I was lying face down, and I just thought about it, and I started crying, laughing again. Anyway, if you've listened to Handsome, you've heard us talk about sleep. And now we're talking about Helix mattresses. Traveling a lot for work means sleeping on a lot of different mattresses, and the next day, I always feel the difference. It's either my energy levels or how my body's feeling through the night. And a good mattress makes my back feel better. It stops me from getting too hot, and it helps me sleep a deep sleep of angels.
My Helix mattress has been a game changer for me. When I get the chance to sleep on it, I feel totally renewed the next day. It's only been a couple of months, but I find myself wishing I had switched over to Helix earlier. Whether you're a sensitive sleeper or not, Helix has a mattress specifically tailored to your sleeping style and habits. So get a good night's sleep by getting a Helix.
Right now, Helix is offering 27% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase, plus a free bedding bundle. So that's 2 dream pillows, a sheet set, a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. Go to helixsleep.com/handsome to take their sleep quiz and get started. That's helixsleep.com/handsome.
God, that's funny.
It's not it when you tell it, like, I think that's what I like about it too, is only she and I really know the what really happened, and the length of the fart, because when you tell it, it just sounds like but it was truly wild.
I wonder what she ate.
Loud.
God.
It was like she had like a basketball worth of gas in there that was just slowly releasing. Yeah, anyway, that's mine.
A funny thing that happened to me was that I was mortified about at the time, but laugh a lot because it's so stupid. And I can't even believe I'm telling this because it's not that anything I did anything, but the nickname is so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
So my mom used to call me God, I hate this. She used to call me Smooches, Pooches, and Cream. Which is like the worst nickname.
Smooches, Pooches, and
she
Cream.
would call me Smooches. She still calls me Smooches sometimes for short.
Oh.
So I was in 9th grade. I was on the softball team because duh.
Yeah.
This was when it was 7th through 9th grade, and then at the junior high, and then 10th through senior year at the high school. So it was pre-middle school. Now it's like different scenarios. So we were like the big dogs on the softball team, me and these 2 friends of mine. And we were like the cool girls and trying to be cool. And my mom came to a softball game.
No.
And she goes, hello, Smooches, Pooches, and Cream.
Oh my God.
And I was like mortified. Like, you did not just call me this.
Oh my God.
In front of my friends. And she's just like, Smooches. And
in
my friends
9th
go,
grade too.
9th grade. And they go, what did she just call you? I go,
oh my God.
And they're like, no, she called you Smooches, Pooches, and Cream. And I was like, oh my God. But then my friends started going, Smooches, Pooches, Cream.
Oh my God.
And I was at first embarrassed, but then I was like, you know what? That actually is pretty funny. And so I started joining them in their song. So for years, we would sing that song and laugh hysterically. Smooches, Pooches, Cream.
You gotta own it. You have to own it. That's
it's
so
one of
good.
those memories that will come back to me occasionally, and I'll just start laughing thinking of that song.
Smooches, pooches.
So I didn't necessarily do anything funny, but that was just a funny scenario that gives me a nice little tickle.
I love that. Should we hear her answer?
Yeah.
My answer is when I was in elementary school, every time one of my friends would fart, she would go, "Silence, please. Everybody freeze. Na 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 na." And then she would fart. And I
Oh
still
my
think about it a
God,
lot. And
that's
every time I
good.
do, it makes me laugh. And I kind of wish it was socially acceptable to do that as an adult.
So
Maybe
do
one day,
I.
if I'm feeling brave, I'll try it.
Wait,
Anyways, thanks for keeping it handsome. Cheers.
cheers. What was the song again?
Silence, please. Everybody freeze. Dun, 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 dun.
That is pretty good.
I think that would make me fall in love with someone if they did that.
I mean, that could be the
could be
song
the-
that gets to all of our hearts.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And so on par with your story. Look at that.
I know.
Simpatico, our handsome listeners.
I
They're
know.
so in tune with us.
My mom she used to call me a really embarrassing nickname too. And then if it came close to coming out when my friends were around, I would turn like bright red.
What was
it? It was it's so gross. It does make like your skin crawl a bit. It's nonsense. It was chickadee-bo-ba-doo.
Chickadee-bo-ba-doo.
Yeah. And I'd be like, stop.
Would you rather be called chickadee-bo-ba-doo or smooches and cream?
I think yours, just because mine has too much like baggage for me because I'm years of being embarrassed by it. But then if I had a kid, oh my God, I'd be calling it such like the shit you call Biggie is probably crazy.
I have 1,000 nicknames for him.
Yeah.
Biggie Boy, Biggie Bear, Prince of my heart, love of my life, Big Papa. Anyway, next question.
Hi, Handsome Pod. My name is Tessa. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. And I am curious to know, what is your favorite season? Are you a summer person? Are you one of those people do you get sad in the winter?
I would say I tend to like the fall spring seasons better than the summer winters because to me the summer winters are the extremes of things. I like fall. I like a fall that it's like you're coming out of summer, so it's like not as hot, like you're starting to get that cool breeze and the leaves are changing and it's cozy and the pumpkin muffins have started to be sold at Starbucks. And then I like spring because it's been cold and dreary, and now the sun's coming out and the flowers are blooming and there's new life.
I don't know. Fall, maybe it's just my current vibe, but I find it like too nostalgic, too like, you're like back to school and like you got, I don't know, it's, it can be melancholic. I mean, the whole like symbolism of leaves falling off trees, But
all
I do like the Christmas. All the leaves are brown.
And the sky is gray.
And the sky is gay.
I've been for a walk.
I went for
Oh, that's winter. God dang it.
Oh yeah.
It's winter.
I don't mind winter, I do like winter. Summer feels like a lot of pressure to have fun and be happy and have a good time. Yeah. Listen.
So is it spring? Is that what you're saying?
I think I'm saying spring, but also I gotta stop telling myself stories about what I like and don't like.
Okay.
I might have the best winter, summer of all time. But if I'm like, oh, I'm someone that doesn't like the summer, then I won't. You know what I mean?
I think you're about to have a great winter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Winter in LA is interesting because it gets chill. It gets, quote unquote chilly, meaning you have a jacket on at night, but not like a winter coat.
I do thrive in outerwear.
Do you?
Yeah, like a jacket or...
You know what I'm into?
What?
Shackets.
Oh, yeah, me too.
If you don't know what that is, it's a shirt jacket.
Oh, I thought it was...
Did you think it was something else?
Like a shit and a bracket? No, I don't know.
You're like, I'm really into this.
I'm really into... I don't know why Fortune's bringing it up.
It's like it's a heavier... button up.
Totally. No, I'm with you. Yeah.
That's a shacket.
I love them. And do you like ones with pockets or no pockets?
Like in here,
like side pockets. Yeah.
My shackets don't have pockets. Well, some of them have the up pockets here. But I'm not putting anything in that. Let's hear what Tessa's favorite season is.
Yes, please.
It seems like most people seem to get sad in the winter. I'm the opposite. I'm kind of grumpy and a little sad all summer, and then as soon as it gets cold out, I get so excited, and I just live my best life all winter long.
Yeah, you do.
Does Nashville get snow?
Sometimes.
Tennessee.
Not like a crazy one, but they do get it.
The thing I associate with winter is like stains on your jeans from the salt they use in Toronto to melt the snow. Like the street salt.
Yeah.
And all your pants get all discolored around the bottom.
Yeah. I don't get sad in the winter, thankfully. I know that seasonal depression is very real for a number of folks.
Shout out to our seasonal depression
Shout
listeners.
out. I had a friend once who had to, in the winter, this was not when I lived in LA, back in North Carolina, she would have to like have lots of like lamps and lights in her dorm room when it got winter time, and it would get, that kind of, what's the word? Like when the sky's like gray, like the song. Duh. Yeah, she like, that would help her.
Yeah. You're not supposed to go to tanning beds anymore, but people did that a lot.
Yeah, to get a little vitamin D.
My mom took me to one when I was like 10.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Did you get in it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think that was before we knew they were bad. I always remember in Final Destination when there's a death in, I think it's Final Destination 2, someone gets trapped in a tanning bed. Sizzled like bacon.
Yuck.
Well, listen, thank you for sending all your questions.
You're welcome.
Oh, not you, Fortune.
Oh, okay. Our lovely listeners.
Our lovely listeners.
It's always fun to get these questions because we, like I said, we don't know what's coming. And it does that thing where it joggles the memory.
It joggles the memes.
In a way that we don't think of those memories. Where we go, oh yeah, I haven't thought about that in 30 years.
And we get to reveal things like smooches, pooches, and cream.
Smooches, pooches, cream.
Oh, man. You know what, Fortune, you're very lucky that Tig wasn't on this episode. Because she would never let smooches, pooches, and cream go.
She would never. So if anyone tells her, I swear to God.
Please keep sending your questions in to us. You can submit them at speakpipe.com/handsomepod. And you can pick up merch at handsomepod.com. Holiday merch. Get it as a present for the most handsome person in your life.
Oh, yeah. Do it. I mean, who doesn't want holiday handsome merch? That's a good present.
Yeah, man. I know what I'm getting you guys.
I gave someone one of our Pride belts, and they were so pumped about it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the kind of giver I am.
Giving your own merch.
Because I'm proud of the pod. I want people to wear it.
Yeah. Get it out on the streets.
Yeah.
And until then, I guess all that remains,
keep it pretty handsome.